Hey love family, it's your girl Shika J Love, and welcome back to my channel where we do everything with love and not shame, because the journey is about progress and not perfection. So first of all, it's been a minute since we have done a video outside. It's a nice day. It's about 63 degrees. I just got back home from doing my walk around the neighborhood, and I decided to do a video today pertaining to how to get your 10,000 steps per day. I've been getting a lot of questions, comments, concerns on various platforms about how to actually get 10,000 steps per day. And some people think it's impossible. They feel like it's a journey that's hard to stay on. They feel like it's unobtainable because they work a sedentary job. They have a 9 to 5. They have kids. They're married. They have to do all of these things, right? So to get 10,000 steps seems impossible for some people. But in today's video, I am going to break down the things that I do to get the 10,000 steps, but to also go beyond the 10,000 steps. So if this is something that interests you, please continue to watch. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, all of that. If you comment, I do talk back, and I appreciate you all for being here. So before we get into some tips to actually obtain the 10,000 steps per day, let's go back in history on where that number even came from. So back in 1960s, a Japanese company created a pedometer called the Manpoki. I'll put that up on the screen. Hopefully I am pronouncing that correctly. But it literally means 10,000 step meter. It was a marketing thing, family. So this wasn't an official health standard. This wasn't produced by scientists per se. This was something that was actually proven to be a fact. Like, you didn't need the 10,000 steps in order to be healthy or to live longer and all of that. It was literally just a marketing thing. So yeah, honestly, we all just been out here chasing a number that was created from a Japanese company, for marketing purposes. But that doesn't mean that number isn't one that we should reach for, right? Just because it wasn't scientific does not mean that number is actually useless. Studies show that increasing your steps to 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 steps per day can improve your health, your energy, and even help with weight loss. By me saying all of that, I'm saying we don't have to stress about obtaining the 10,000 steps per day. You just need to move more than you currently are right now. The 10,000 steps, it isn't magic, okay? It's just a number to really get you off the couch. But let me say this, if you are currently only getting 2,000, 3,000 steps per day, if you are able to increase that number to 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 steps per day, you are doing better than you have been, and that right there is a win. So do more than what you are doing. Don't go from 2,000, 3,000 steps to 10,000, 12,000 steps, because that could become something that's unsustainable. Bump it up another 1,000 steps if that is what works best for you. So yes, this video is pertaining to how to get 10,000 steps per day, but let's not obsess over the number. I'm here to give you tips on how to realistically hit whatever goal, whatever step goal that you have for yourself, even when you have a 9 to 5, even when you're a busy mom, even when you're have a 9 to 5 and you have a side hustle, okay? I am here to give you those tips to help aid you in reaching those step goals that you have for yourself and help it be sustainable. So let's be real for a second, and let's talk about why people actually struggle with, again, we're talking about 10,000 steps here, but why people struggle with getting 5,000, 6,000 steps per day. It's because most of our jobs are sedentary. So you're working from home, or you're working in an office where it requires you to be on a computer screen. So it requires you to be sedentary. That can be draining, right? Being at a job 9 to 10 hours a day, whether it's in the office or at home, that takes up a lot of mental space. And then afterwards, if you're just trying to go from 0 to 10,000 steps, that seems darn near impossible, right? You don't have the capacity to do it, right? Because To get 10,000 steps, you have to walk for well over an hour. I have been getting these 10,000 steps, and I know. So it's going to take you about an hour, hour and 30 minutes, depending on your pace, to get these steps. And a lot of people don't have the capacity to do that or put that effort in after working for 8 to 9 hours per day. And that's understandable, right? And people have this all or nothing mindset. Like, if I can't reach the 10,000 steps, then bump it. My whole day is screwed. I'm going to call this day a wash, and maybe I'll try again tomorrow. Or maybe you just end up becoming discouraged and say, I knew I couldn't do this. And you start creating those doubts in your brain, and then you're not making any effort at all. So let's stop thinking that we have to have one long walk at the end of the day, and then that's where we get our 10,000 steps in, if that's the number you're going for. If it's already 7 p.m., you had to get off work, had to get the kids, had to make dinner and all of this, it's highly unlikely that you're going to go and do an hour and a half long walk to get to 10,000 steps. So with that being said, you have to break it up throughout your day. So one thing that helps me is I get up early, 5:30, and I understand if that's too early for some people. I understand that. Get up in enough time to where you're able to get 15 to 20 minutes of exercise in the morning. So with me, if you're not new to the channel, you see that I have a walking pad. I do a lot of walking videos with Get Fit with Rick or Grow with Joe. There's some other ones out there on YouTube, which are free, by the way, because let's face it, at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm not going outside walking around the neighborhood to obtain those steps. So first tip, get up a little bit earlier, start your day off with 15 to 20 minutes of steps, whether it's a walking pad or utilizing a free YouTube video. So I get those 15 to 20 minutes. Depending on what time I get up, I may be able to actually do a 45-minute walk in the morning on the walking pad. But if all I can do is 15 to 20 minutes in the morning, that's fine too. That helps to get to the goal. Also, I make it intentional while I'm at work to get up. If you have a Fitbit, every hour it'll tell you to get up and move and do at least 250 steps within that hour. So I make sure, for one, when my watch vibrates and say, hey, you have not gotten the 250 steps for this hour, I get up and I'm intentional about either stepping in place, or I go walk to the copy machine, or if we're in a good space, I go outside and walk a couple laps, and then I come back in, or I take the long route to the bathroom. Either way, I get up and I move every hour. Okay. And then on my lunch break, we get 45 minutes. So for 15 minutes, I sit, I decompress, I eat my food. And then after that, I either go to a nearby park or I walk around the shopping center nearby, so that I can just get my steps in and then get outside, get some sunshine. Some people eat lunch in the office, and I've never understood that. I just can't do it, honey, because when I'm clocked out, I'm clocked out. I don't want to be interrupted. I don't want to have conversations. I don't want to have unnecessary conversations on my lunch break. That is my time to reset, to refocus, to get my mind right, and come back for the next part of the shift. Some other tips that help me is I live my life by the 2 birds, 1 stone method. So it's not often that I'm on the phone, but if I am on the phone outside of work, or even when I'm at the office and I'm in my office and I'm on the phone, or I'm on a Zoom call or something like that, a Teams meeting or whatever, where the camera isn't on, I'm on that call, but I'm also stepping at the same time. So when I'm on the phone with my best friend, I use that time to be on my walking pad, or I'm outside walking the neighborhood or at the park or something like that. But while I'm at work, and like I said, if I'm in a Zoom meeting or a Teams meeting, it's not required that the camera is on. I'm standing up at my desk and I'm literally walking in place, because that meeting is requiring me to be stationary in that specific place, but I don't have to sit down. So I'm very intentional about when I am in a meeting, I am standing up and I am walking in place. And then I'm listening also. So if I do have to respond, take myself off mute, I stop, I say what I have to say, and then I go back on mute, literally start back walking in place. Okay, so far we've talked about getting up a little bit earlier in the morning to get you at least 15 to 20 minutes, get a head start on your steps. We've talked about being intentional throughout your day, especially if you have a sedentary job. Being intentional, make sure you have a move goal every hour. Again, I have a Fitbit, so on the 50, if I haven't met my 250 steps, so if it's 850, 950, 1050, it will vibrate and say, hey, you only have such and such amount of steps out of the 250. Move your body to meet your 250 step move goal per hour. So I do have that reminder on my Fitbit. But also, too, we've talked about if you are on a Zoom call at work, standing up at your desk if the camera is not required to be on, and stepping at your desk while you're on that Zoom call. We've talked about taking the long way to the bathroom or going to the copier machine or just getting up. If you can, walk outside for a little bit. And also, we've talked about using some of that lunch time to walk around either the park, if you have a neighboring park, or walk around a shopping center, if you can. Also, too, if it's raining outside, I meant to say this, if it's raining outside and I can't go to the park, I do go in the conference room. I'm able to go in our conference room, close the door, and walk around the conference room. It's big enough to walk around to where you're not like a dog walking in a circle, chasing your tail. You know what I mean? So to reach any move goal, it's all about intentionality. And we know that people make time for what they want to make time for. So it's not a matter of time. We all have the same amount of time in a day. Of course, our day to day looks differently from, it varies from one person to the other. And I get all of that. I get all of that. But also, I'll say this too, it is hard to kind of talk to me about not having enough time in a day when, again, if you're not new here, you know that I am a mama of three. I do work a 9 to 5. I do YouTube, and I'm very active. I post like at least once a day on YouTube and on Instagram. So I do content creation on the side, and I also have a candle business that I do. And so there's a lot of things happening in my world, so I can empathize with someone who has a lot going on, and I get that. I actually understand it, but it is not impossible to reach your move goals. You're going to either have to get up earlier or stay up later. That's it. That's all. Also, too, another thing, like just living life, you should be able to obtain some steps, right? Like, there are days off. You have, like, I mean, now some people may work like 12 days straight or 7 days straight, but honey, nobody's working all day every single day. So on your rest days, when on your days off, I understand you get your sleep, you rest your body, you rest your mind, you reset, but we can fit in an hour to move our bodies, because our bodies is what's going to carry us through, right? We are working our bodies out right now for when we get 60, 70, 80 years old. I believe I've said this before. So the movement is not necessarily for today, but it's going to aid us. Our body is going to aid us, and we are making sure that it is strong and it's able to endure some things. So hopefully in the future we can combat some of the illnesses and ailments that you can get when you get older. And we want to make sure we keep our body in just fighting shape, right? Keep it in fighting shape, making sure we stretch before, stretch afterwards, and really just show gratitude towards our body, right? Because we are just so blessed to be able to walk. We are so blessed to be able to move our bodies and have the freedom to do so. You know what I'm saying? And to walk or to obtain these steps, there's no money involved in that. Again, there's free resources to help you get these steps. Like I said, the free YouTube videos or to walk outside in nature. It's free to do that. Another thing, when it comes to exercise, getting steps, moving our body, strength training, whatever form of movement, okay, that you want to insert there, when it comes to it, let's not look at it as a mundane thing or another thing to do. Again, let's show gratitude and be grateful that we have the ability to move our bodies and to keep them healthy, to keep them strong. Make it fun. I know a lot of folks like to listen to audiobooks. Oh my God. Okay, I'm drinking my electrolyte water from Venture Pal. Remember, I got a code if y'all want to get 20% off of your order, Shika 20 at venturepal.com. But that's what this is, water mixed with Venture Pal electrolytes. Family, this is your reminder that 85-degree weather will humble you really quickly. And you want to ensure that while you're out here, whether you're outside, you're playing pickleball, you're playing with your kids, you're at the gym, that you stay hydrated. And water is just not enough. That's why I've been adding Venture Pal electrolytes to my water. They give me the sodium that I need to replenish everything that I've lost while I'm out here on my run. It's super simple to pack. They come in these easy individual packets and they have a variety of flavors. They taste amazing and they are easy to dissolve in water. Give it a quick shake and it's already dissolved. Anyways, I know some people like to listen to audiobooks. Again, if you're talking on the phone or listening to music or podcasts, put that music on, listen to that podcast, listen to that audiobook, and just walk. I promise you, the time is going to pass anyway, but the time is actually going to go by faster because you're actually mixing it with something that you like to do. Again, two birds, one stone. I love podcasts. I'm on Spotify all the time, listening to various things, audiobooks and stuff like that. I put that on. Next thing I know, 2 hours done went by because I'm not thinking about the mundaneness of obtaining the steps. I'm actually listening to, whatever I'm listening to and enjoying that so much to where I don't want it to end. So I'm just walking and I'm listening. I'm going from one chapter or one book or one podcast to the next. And I'm actually having a good time while also moving my body. That can also become overstimulating, right? To be on the phone, to listen to something all the time, to constantly have noise going on. So if that's not really your bag, then take a walk just to have quiet time. Become one with nature. Listen to the birds chirp and sing and listen to the trees and the wind and all of that to regulate yourself. There's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on in our lives. We're in this hustle, work hard every day, get to the money, hustle flow all the time. And sometimes you just need to step outside, be one with nature, and just listen and be connected and get grounded. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't always have to be a podcast. It doesn't always have to be a phone call. It doesn't always have to be music. Sometimes you just need to step outside or get on your walking pad and just listen to your thoughts. And that's okay too. And say if you have a step goal and you don't reach that step goal, it is not all or nothing and it's not end all be some days some days you have more energy than others, especially as a woman. If we're having our monthlies, some days we may not be able to give 90%. Some days we can only give 20, and that's okay. But also too, some days you may be able to exceed your step goal, okay? And that'll help you kind of make up for those days where you couldn't get the step goal. It's okay. The name of the game is consistency. It's not to be perfect. Again, it's about progress, not perfection, right? So if today you get 12,000 steps, tomorrow you get 8,000 steps, it's okay. It balances out in the end. As long as you are putting the effort in, that's all that matters. Don't beat yourself up. Don't have the all or nothing mentality. Just know that you did your best with what you had going on internally. That's okay. Hopefully, this video helped you all to kind of think about, you know, getting those steps in a different way. Hopefully, it opened up your mind a little bit. Hopefully, it gave you some type of relief, especially when you think about it and it becomes overwhelming, or it seems like it's too much to do, or it's another thing to check off the list. This is the body that we have been given. We are renting these bodies, right? Because at the end of the day, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You know what I'm saying? But while we are in this realm, and we have these bodies, and they're capable, and whatever way capability looks to you, okay? If you are able to move, move. Do not take it for granted, family. Again, what a blessing it is to be able to move. And there's that. All right, family. So if you've been overthinking this, stop. Start where you are and just move from there. Do a little bit more than what you have been doing. Set your step goal. And again, be intentional about obtaining the steps. We just finished up our April 10,000 step challenge. I had a lot of ladies join me on that, some men as well. And so if there's something that you all want to do again, just let me know. Drop a 10,000 comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking. This month we are in May. We're in the May Move Challenge, where we are moving and toning our bodies. We're still getting our 10,000 steps in, family, but we're adding in some form of strength training right now. So if you want to join us in that May Move Challenge, you can drop a comment below. Just say May Move Challenge or something like that. And I check in daily on YouTube, but we can actually DM and converse back and forth on Instagram as well. But yeah, just let me know if y'all want to run another 10,000 step challenge or step challenge period in June or July or something like that. All right, family, so that is it for this video. I didn't want to keep you all too long and lose the point of it all, but hopefully this helped you look at the 10,000 step challenge a different way, and hopefully you can send this to someone who's been saying they don't have time to do all the things. Hopefully this gives a different perspective. Okay, just let me know in the comments. Again, I talk back. Drop a 10,000 in the comments, or May Move Challenge if you want to join that. See me over on Instagram. I'm very active over there as well. But I will see you all in the next video. And again, we do things with love and not shame, because the journey is about progress and not perfection. All right, y'all take care. Peace.